Okay, this one's going to divide us all, I believe, because it's about abortions, and with the Irish voting today on whether they're going to have illegal to have abortions or not. And it's my opinion is I'm quite down the middle, I suppose. I've always been in favour of women having the right to over their own body, so that I would still fall on that side. But I am concerned about perhaps it's a bit too easy to get abortions, and it might be becoming a bit flippant, almost treated as a form of contraception, and I think there's something seriously wrong with that. I've done a little bit of research, but with me, as usual, just a little bit is enough. So the Irish rules is the 8th Amendment, and that bans the termination. Get the camera. Yeah. It bans the termination, right? So I think it's only when a woman's life is at risk. Okay. I believe it used to be illegal to travel to the UK to have an abortion, but it's no longer illegal. Because that was pretty sick as well, the extreme example, young girl's been raped, her life's not in danger, but the law prohibits her having an abortion in Ireland or even travelling to another country. So, she's got to give birth to this child of a rapist. That's pretty harsh, right? That's hardcore. So I've got to clarify one fact. I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in a soul. I'm a humanist, so I'm very fond of the human race, and I want us to do right. I'm not like a nihilist and just want us all to don't care what happens to us. I do. So, but I don't believe in a soul. I believe that your mind, your personality, everything, it's in your brain, and when your brain dies and decomposes, what have you, you're not there anymore. That's my opinion. I'm not going to get into a debate on on religion. Just saying, so you understand, that's my position. I read an article in The Guardian from 2015 about this single mum who had to travel on a boat to Liverpool to have an abortion, and it really was like a bleeding heart article, and it was making this poor woman what she's had to go through to have an abortion, and the fact that she's already got 2 kids, and to pay for it she's had to sort of ration food in the house for ages, to save the money for an abortion, and it was kind of making her out to be a real poor victim in this. And I'm going to say to myself, I disagree. Fucking take control of your sex life, lady. Don't be so flippant about who you're having sex with unprotected. It's sorry to say this, women, but you do have the responsibility of your reproductive process. The birth control pill has revolutionised women's lives. It's allowed women to have a lot more freedoms and careers, and all of that. It's good, right? But take it seriously, or abstain. But that's an old-fashioned view. But you can't just think, and an abortion is just, like I say, it's just another form of contraception. No, I disagree. I think it becomes political, doesn't it? And you could sort of say, lefties love abortion, righties hate it. It's not quite as simple as that. But I dislike abortions, and I would be in favour of the age of termination being made earlier, because I have seen what a fetus looks like, not in the flesh, at 24 weeks. It resembles a baby. It looks like a baby to me, just a small version. And there's something wrong in that. And I have seen a documentary where they show what happens, and I'm not going to describe it. It's absolutely horrible. But, feel free to go and look into it. It isn't nice. It's not like a nice peaceful injection that just puts the baby to sleep. No, it's not. So, I don't know. It's a real tricky subject. I watch the pro-life lots, anti-abortion lots, outside abortion clinics, and I think that's really, really hard for a young mother. But perhaps there could be legislation in place where, when a woman does want to have an abortion, that she has to go through all of those options. I know it's encouraged, but I don't know if it's law. I think maybe it should be law to actually have a meeting with the pro-life lot, so they can actually, persuade you at least have an opportunity to persuade you. And I would certainly encourage them to be able to come into schools more often. I know that it's covered in sex education, but I think perhaps I wouldn't mind. I mean, I've got daughters 18 and 15. I don't want them getting pregnant now, thank you very much. But you know, if they'd have come home from school a bit shocked one day because the anti-abortion not have been in and showed them the video and stuff, I'd be in favour of that. That'd be fine. You know, take it bloody seriously. You can't trust guys, okay? Men, once men stop using this to think and they're using that one, you can't rely on them, okay? I speak from experience. You're just not, you know, they're not trustworthy, okay? Another extreme example I've heard of is athletes deliberately getting pregnant so that they're benefiting from that, was it like 8-10 week period where their bodies go through some sort of boost, and it actually gives them an advantage athletically, and that's fine. Have the baby, but these some women are actually going actively out of their way to have that child, to get pregnant and then abort the child after the tournament or whatever, and that is sick. That's sick and twisted. I don't believe in hell or purgatory, but you know, if it was real, 100 years or so in purgatory would be a suitable punishment for that. That is sick, you know. So you can't stop that, and I would still support a woman's right to have absolute control over her body up until the point where it's no longer legal to have an abortion. And that's my view on it, and that's going to probably, I'm expecting some backlash, really, I suppose, from both sides. But, you know, I don't know how you feel about it. Let me know. Cheers. Thumbs up, subscribe. Cheers, bye.